My favorite commander right now has got to be Lobelia, Defender of Bag End. This is one of the 2 Lobelia cards from Lord of the Rings, specifically the Lord of the Rings Commander version. What's so fun about Lobelia for me is that for the longest time, I have been trying to build a deck around Feign Death effects. Feign Death is a card in which the effect of has been printed on a ton of different cards, which means it has a lot of redundancy for Commander. If you're playing in a normal constructed format, you could use 4 copies and it's not that big a deal, but for our purposes in Commander, you only get 1 copy, so we can use Feign Death, or Not Dead After All, or Undying Malice, to name a few. This gives us a pretty good critical mass to make this build around actually work, but every time I've tried before, I haven't been able to find the right payoff for having this. The payoff I'm going for is what I like to call Black Blink. In blue or white, you can use these effects that exile a creature, bring it back to the battlefield, and that lets you have the Enter the Battlefield effect trigger a second time, which can be really cool. Feign Death has been used in other formats for this purpose plenty of other times, most notably in Rakdos Scam, where you cast a creature that is going to die as soon as it hits the field anyway, and that lets you trigger its ETB, have it die, come back, trigger its ETB, and then not die. This is done with Evoke. We're not doing that here. The point we're trying to double up on is just anything that you might have wanted to use Blink for, but didn't have access to, because we're building a mono-black list. Lobelia is the payoff that I was really, really hoping to find. Why she's so fun is because instead of trying to trigger her ETB every single turn, you're going to run out of cards. Instead, you only need to trigger it every 2, 3, 4 turns. We do still, of course, want to include a few other powerful ETBs in the deck, but you can fill that out yourself. This isn't a deck tech. This is just me talking about a card I really like. So what does Lobelia really do? She exiles the top card of each of your opponent's deck. Then on a later turn, you can cast one of them for free, and then cast another for free, and then cast another for free. And then you're out of cards, but you can just do it again. So Lobelia gives you this very powerful effect that you don't actually want to be triggering every single turn. You only want to trigger it if you either just completely whiff on the 3 cards that get exiled, or you just want to refill her spells so that she can do it again. And that is my current favorite commander, Lobelia, Defender of Bag End.